it's Mariska with the Neuro Studio, and this is Remy, who should win the award for Best Dog in a Supporting Role. This Neuro EDU series is about how to make your dog a service dog. Let's talk the basics. In the US, a service dog helps someone with a disability by doing tasks like picking things up, opening doors, or like Remy, alerting when I fall. That means that not every dog is cut out for this. You need a calm, focused, friendly dog. It's not about the breed, it's all about personality. But it can also be about the breed, because if I wanted a dog that could help me get up if I fall, Remy is way too small for that. He's talented at alerting because he can be loud if I need that. But back to personality. Remy is a chill, compliant dog who loves training. This is not the same thing as an emotional support dog. Service dogs are allowed to be everywhere, and they have training requirements that the others don't. Let's talk about what makes a good service dog. What even is a service dog? In the US, a service dog is trained to perform specific tasks for a person with a disability. For me, that's MS and falls. These can include anything from alerting someone if I fall, picking up my keys, to more advanced things like medical alerts for seizures or low blood sugar, which he is not trained to do. But not every fur baby is cut out for the role. Here are the traits that you want. If your dog is more of a jumps on guests than sits politely for treats, don't worry. But know that most service dogs need to pass a kind of doggy interview before official training begins. And as we continue this video series, we're going to learn about differences in what qualifications they need that I wish I knew in advance. I'll answer these burning questions now. No, Remy is not for sale, not for any amount of money, never going to happen. Let's meet his sister, Sophie. Isn't she cute? Yes, but she is not cut out to be a service dog or even an emotional support dog. Do you have anxiety? She has anxiety. She causes anxiety. This is how she acts if she's not being monitored closely and she sees a dog near the house. She is on 2 different types of anti-anxiety medications. Neither one of them works perfectly. So, what do we start with in terms of early training? If you want your dog to be a service dog, first up is foundational training. You want to socialize them everywhere. You're bringing your dog to parks, to city streets, to hardware stores where most of the time they're allowed. We got Remy in October of 2020, so that was the height of COVID. But we took him to meet every dog we could. We visited friends and stores. We masked up, but with a little puppy in a backpack. Basic obedience is non-negotiable. That's your sit, stay, down, come, leave it, heel. Remy. Remy up. Remy up. Good boy. Good boy. Down. Down. Good boy. Crawl. Good boy. Get it. Get it. Good boy. Good boy. Remy, can I get a boop? Good boy. Remy, come here. Come on. Around and through. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go around this way. Around this way. Good. And around. Good. And sit. So you need to set up at-home public situations and out in the world. Work with family and friends as actors and reward focus and calm.
Yes. Allows him to realize that what he's barking for is freedom, right? He's demanding freedom and presence to you. Matt allows him to realize that the barking and the freedom, it's getting him nothing. Let's upset back to the Matt. Hey, Matt. Yes, dude. Super job. Really nice, Matt. Hey, Matt. Yeah, man. Good boy. And we got here once before you came upstairs. We just had to generalize with you up here. Matt. And I wanted to fuck it up so I can give him one slight leash pressure so he can think through that leash pressure and I can reward for the right choice instead of screaming his face off for 15 minutes. Free. Good. Hey, Matt. Perfect. Yes! Super job, dude!
Here we are on Remy's training day. So in the background is a dog park. This is famously the dog park where I broke my leg in 3 places when a dog ran into me. So Remy is going to be working on ignoring dogs, which is the hardest thing for a Remy dog to do because he's really friendly.
Now he's starting to get it. You'll see sort of shifty eye contact when he's starting, when he's starting to get it. So you see him looking at the dog and then looking back at us. I'm just creating a different stimuli response. If I can break this dog's eye contact through behavioral habit, meaning that he's just like, wait, what? Are we saying hi? Are we doing the thing? Yeah. Then he's not going to escalate. He's a tiny husky. Yes.
So cute.
And they're not puppies, right?
No, they're full grown. Yeah, they're minis.
Oh my god.
Good stuff.
Oh, can I pet you?
He's in training right now, so no.
Yeah,
sorry.
so sadly no.
Is he in training as well?
She is. Is she in training right now?
I don't care if she's friendly.
Yeah, she's friendly. You can pet her.
Are you good?
I just wasn't sure if she was friendly.
She is good.
This one is actually the super friendly one.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Is he's so friendly that we're trying to.
He's actually doing really well. Can I release him?
Remy and I practiced relaxing under the table and ignoring loud noises, which turns out to be great practice for restaurants. And it would have been great for thunderstorms, except loud noises have never bothered him. He is a puppy culture dog, which means that he was in training to be a good boy from the time he was born. Literally. He was introduced to potential stressors when he was literally days and weeks old. So vacuum cleaners, fireworks, and even loud sky booms do not faze him at all. So then you're going to need to do task training. An official service dog is trained for a task or more than one task. That can be anything from alerting to food that has gluten in it for someone who has celiac disease, leading the blind, picking up dropped things, turning on lights, opening drawers, being a sturdy brace for someone to help them up from a fall. Dog has to be pretty big for that one. Alerting to someone who's going to have a seizure, which is very specialized training, but they can figure it out. Dogs are brilliant. So how do you do it? You begin with small tasks. We went for obedience in all situations and then worked on task training. We decided Remy's skill was that he's very attuned to me and worried when something is wrong. He's a Velcro dog, which really works for what we needed him to do. Since I have fallen a couple of times and worry about that when I'm kind of walking around by myself, we decided that he would alert if I fall and also get small things if I drop them. The latter he sort of already knew how to do because I could just point at something and say, Remy, get it, and he would do that. Alerting to me falling, we kind of saved that for last in his training because we needed him to learn that he doesn't get to talk or whine when he's working and everything is fine. And that's kind of tough for a talkative husky breed. Finally, let's talk about your mindset for success. Your attitude does matter. Training can be slow, and you're both going to make mistakes. Patience, humor, and a lot of treats. If Remy had $1 for every treat he earned, he'd own Amazon. I really like this brand of treats. There are 500 to a bag and not too many calories. I even break them in half. Stay tuned for our next episode of this series where we're going to go in a little bit deeper about the training requirements and the legal requirements and traveling with your pet, who isn't a pet when they're working. They're a service dog.